Hey everybody, this is Ferno11. So I know I just did an update video very recently about how my computer is breaking and I can't record videos. I think part of the problem is that Oblivion, what I was trying to record, is so graphic intensive and like it's so processor heavy. That's part of the reason why. So I figured I would try to record something that was a little lighter, and we'll see if that maybe works out. So, as a kind of beta test slash actual video, I decided to go ahead and record something for you guys. Namely, something that is a game that I used to love and played a lot of back in the day, which was Grand Chase. Now, Grand Chase has since shut down. It has been rebooted as a server, though. I'm playing on Grand Chase Reborn or Eternal. I think it's Grand Chase Reborn. So I just wanted to play it and give you guys an example of what the game is like, and I did not want to go there. So this is your starting map, and the point of the game, actually let me go back to the, here we go. So the point of the game is you start with these three characters. Alessis, Lyre, and Arme. And then you can get other characters as well. Adele is a knight, or is a fencer sort of character that you get for free. Rin is another character that you get for free. But Ronan, Dio, Zero, Viegas, Ryan, Amy, Jin, Sieghart, Mari, Asen or Asen. Else is you can earn in game. I have earned Ronin, and then because this server starts you with 25,000 currency, or cash currency, which I bought. Did I buy? I bought Zero, and then I bought Rufus because both characters are, or Dio, sorry, because both characters are kind of a pain in the rear to unlock. So. But that's that. But I'm going to be playing on Ronin, because I like Ronin. So the point of the game is there is an evil witch that is trying to make everybody kill each other, and there you go. Those of you that have played side-scrolling games before will be kind of familiar with this sort of game. Those of you that play L-Sword are going to be very familiar with how it handles. This is not L-Sword. Personally, I really dislike L-Sword because I started with Grand Chase. I started playing Grand Chase, and so I grew to love Grand Chase long before I ever started playing. So you can run around, you can do different things. You actually have an attack combination, and then I don't remember if, yeah. So basic classes don't have as good a combos as advanced ones, and as you can see, like there's this energy moving around me. That's because I have a necklace. You can have different types of necklaces, and depending on which one you have, they give you different things. Oh, I actually killed it. You're not supposed to be able to do that. So this is all the different animations. Like, that's the nature amulet, or necklace right there. When it's fully upgraded, that's what it looks like. And then when you unlock specials, they do different. Different characters have different specials, and then most characters have 4 character classes that you can unlock. It's a good system. I really like it, and like I said, I kind of like just devoted a lot of time to playing Grand Chase in the past. So, and then you can get skill points and do different things. The biggest difference I would say between Grand Chase and L-Sword is Grand Chase is a lot more like toned down, I guess. Like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Like, I just feel like it's more calm, and like, yes, there is a quick travel system for L-Sword, and yeah, there's more stuff, but I just feel like Grand Chase is the better game overall. I don't know, I like it. It's simple, it's short, and you can just run dungeons with a party of 4, which I did feel like the chaotic system of L-Sword kind of was a negative for me personally, because I felt like it was chaotic enough that it was distracting me from what I wanted to do. And it was like, I wanted to like it, but like I was just so confused that I didn't know like what I was supposed to be doing. And like there was a ton of other people on the screen, and it was really confusing, whereas Grand Chase, it's so much more simpler. It's like, hey, go here. Oh, this is the next dungeon. Go here. I don't know, it just feels like this is a little simpler is all. Lightning actually looks pretty cool. See, Ronan is actually one of my favorite characters. I should actually probably talk about the game instead of just playing it. Ronan is one of my favorite characters because Ronan actually has... See, you can tell like which characters were the new characters and which were the later characters because the newer character, or the later characters, have abilities you can select. And that's what activates it. However, the older characters have 3 set moves. Like, what Ronan is doing right now... Oh no, he doesn't have the triple effect. Ronan is a spell sword. He has 3 different abilities. Or he has 3 regular abilities, and then he has 3 magic abilities. So his playstyle is quite varied, and he can do a lot of different things depending on like how you want to play him. And his other classes are pretty good too. Like, I think Ronan is a prime example of like what a spell sword actually is, where his attacks are varied. He's got close range, long range, he's got good magics, like good explosive attacks and other things as well. But then, like I said, you also have newer characters, which are, like, some of the abilities on them are just crazy, and they're really cool, they're really fun. Old pop. I need to go to sleep, I'm tired. Wait, I completed the mission, didn't I? Oh, I was supposed to go to Trial Tower instead of running this again. Whoops. But yeah, it's like, okay, you start at Trial Tower, then you go to the Trial Forest, then you go to Trial Tower, then the Outer Wall, Carey Beach, Orc Temple, Gorgas Dungeon, Elven Forest, Gorge of Oath. The Moonlit Village is actually an extra dungeon right now. That's weird. The Marsh, the Forsaken Barrows, Forgotten City, and Guy Cause's Castle. That's what I had to run to unlock Ronan. And, like, one of the other characters that I have to unlock, Seacart, he is actually, you get him by unlocking, who is it? You have to run the Outer Wall 8 times and get fragments of his orb, which I would say they have about an 80% drop chance. Like, if you run, you will generally get it, but you don't always. See? Like, I love this weapon, like, whatever it is, the Dark Aura. The problem is, like, the game designers, when they made the game, never made it for Ronan. So, like... Oh, my pet's in the way. But, like, you can see how the shadow doesn't actually fully outline his weapon like it's supposed to, and like it does for most of the other characters. And it was just a graphical bug that never fixed itself. Or that they never fixed, so it was a little disappointing. Oh, this is wind. So there's no visual effect, but as you can see when I'm hitting things, there's that yellow thing. That is because most of the necklaces that have cool effects cost cash to get, which is fine. It's not just a cosmetic, it is kind of pay to win, but it's like, I mean... Because the thing with Grand Chase is it's not really pay to win because most people don't play exclusively PvP. And with PvP, like, skill matters far more than any gear you have. Like, there are experts that go running naked against players with top gear, and the naked players just wreck total havoc. So it really does come down to skill. But... what was I saying? Oh yeah, but the necklaces. So it's like, you don't actually need, like, the elemental necklaces for your character to be really strong. Like, it's most of the reason you would want to do that is for cosmetic reasons, and I mean, let's be honest, a lot of games that have cosmetic options where you can pay for cash, players do. I mean, look at Warframe. So, and then there's also dialogue. Like, there is a whole like story to this. It's just I'm kind of ignoring it because I. Third ability. Ah, son of a bitch. Come here. Yeah, bosses don't normally drop that much coin. That's actually something really rare. It's some enemies will just drop cash for you.
My victory!
It's not common, and I've never actually seen a boss do it. It's fun. And because I'm the only one that you can play with other people, because like Grand Chase used to be really popular back in the day, aka about 4 to 6 years ago. But it was a really good game. It was really popular. A lot of people liked it, and then it just sort of died. Just kind of stopped playing it. Which really sad. But that's okay. So. All right. So, I'm trying to think of a good ending point, like, where I can just cut off the video. I don't want to keep just re-showing stuff. I think what I'll do is I will run this the second time, and then I'll run the outer wall once, to give you an example. And then I will call it a video. Piece of shit. I hate how some of the enemies are programmed to just run away from you and then attack you. Because it's like, you're obviously going to have to chase them and then attack them, and then they just run, and it's so annoying. Like, I get it, you want to make enemies challenging, but still, come on. That's not challenging, that's just a time waster. Oh, I can't wait for Ronin's second class. His second class is actually Dragon Slayer, or Dragon Knight, which he gets a spear and actually, like, controls a dragon. It's so cool. But then he has his third class is really fun, and his fourth class is even better. So it's like, it's a really big, oh, it's so much fun. Let's see, it's Dragon Rider, and then it's, Dragon Knight? I don't remember what his second class is called. But the third class is called Aegis Knight. Or it's something to do with Aegis. I remember that much. And he actually uses sword and shield. And the class is either very defensive or very aggressive, depending on what skills you use and like how you handle it. So like, how Ronin plays is actually very dependent on your playstyle. And then his fourth ability is Abyss Knight, where he uses a sword and a magic glove. And that class is fun. Because that class, what you do is you run around and you can actually use decent, like, you have wide-ranging sword attacks, but you can also get close-range magic spells, and it's just, it's... Yeah, see, that ability is not as good against Wendy, because Wendy can be lifted up. That ability is actually best against enemies that can't be juggled, like, or that can't be knocked upwards like Wendy can. Da, 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 da.
Justice will never die!
Yay, we won. It's a lot of fun. And then, of course, like I said, each class handles a little bit differently, so it comes down to, like, a variant on what you want to do. Alright, let's run the outer wall, and then I will be saying adieu. Well, maybe I'll run another character, just to give you an example of, like, how differently the game handles for different
For the
characters.
glory of Canavan!
That was actually Seaghart. It is kind of sad, though, coming back to the game after not playing for so long, because, like, one of the reasons that the game, I think, died is because they made it so ridiculously easy. Like, not just leveling, but, like, I actually... Ran Chase was one of those games where, like, it used to, and I don't think it does anymore, each stage used to have an easy mode, or a normal, a hard mode, a very hard mode, and then a champion mode. And champion mode was obscenely hard. And, like, it would also, I don't remember if it did it in this one, we'll find out at the end of the stage, but I'll just keep going for the sake of the metaphor. It used to list, like, the recommended level for the stage, and speaking completely honestly here, like, the game used to be hard enough that if you were not the level that that the required level was, you were setting yourself up for a world of hurt. Not just because, like, enemies would do a lot more damage to you because you didn't have appropriate armor, but you actually wouldn't do as much damage, like, attack-wise, because you didn't have the weapons that you needed. And so, you couldn't do very much damage. And I was one of the players, the elite players, that, do you remember I mentioned Gaikaz's Castle? That used to have a requirement of, I believe it was 28 to 30, and I used to run it with a level 20-something character. Because it used to take, I think you had to run it, like, I had to run it just once to get Ronin. You used to have to run it, like, a bunch of times. Oh, I remember what it was. You had to run it to get fragments for your second class, and it required, like, 120 fragments to get your secondary class. And, like, the fragments dropped so rarely that it was so bad. No, it dropped, the fragments dropped, I don't know. I remember there was a reason why it was hard, though. And so the game was just like, oh shoot. Oh, okay. But, I used to run it with a level 20 character, and I actually played with a friend, and we used to just play with a level, 20, and I think it was like level 26 or 28 by the time I finally got everything I needed from that area. I used Lass, and the way that I would do it is it would take me 20 or 30 minutes just to beat the stage, just because, like, it took so long because I couldn't even really damage the enemies, and then I couldn't get hit either, because if I got hit, like, you would die, just because of the sheer amount of damage enemies would do to you.
It's my victory!
But it was fun. Those were good times, because the game was hard, but it was rewarding too, because, like, the game really rewarded you and was like, hey, you did a good job for beating this. So it was like, it did reward you for it, but at the same time, like, it was so excruciatingly hard. And so coming back now, well, not even coming back now, but, like, at one point I came back and the game was so easy that I ran a 20 level higher dungeon than my Ronin that was, like, level 50 something at the time. And the enemies couldn't kill me. Like, they couldn't do enough damage to me to actually kill me, and I was good enough that I was avoiding them. But I was doing 0 damage back. So it was kind of like, I couldn't damage them, but I was so good at the game that they couldn't hit me either. So it was kind of frustrating trying to go through it. So let's equip my new stuff. Armor usually follows like a set pattern. Which I guess that's not bad. Okay. Yep. Okay. So what I'll do now is I'll go ahead and switch to... I'll do Army. Yeah, the 3 starting characters are all girls, which there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. But Liar is, like, each class actually has, like, something good about it, and, like, each person, I should say, has something good about them, and each person has something that's kind of bad about them as well. Like, it's honestly kind of a toss-up. Now, right here, Arme actually has something that no other character has. When she stands still like that, she will charge up her mana bar, and no one else does that. And then she kicks a magic circle. Now, I don't know why, but when she teleports, and there are points where you can see it, she is actually completely naked. I don't know why they decided to include this into the game, but there you go. So you can clearly see her clothes are gone. Now, Arme also has 2 changes, so I'm just going to show off her abilities because... Now, her first ability is this shield around me will actually dispel if I get hit enough. That will restore it. I don't remember what her S does. Oh, that's right. It's just an explosion. And then her third ability will heal. There's that, which will petrify. Then she summons lightning and shoots lightning. And then her other ability, her third ability, summons fire from above. Arme is extremely popular for the simple reason that, 1, she is very good at making it so she can't be attacked. Like, as you can see, it's actually physically pushing the goblin away from me. It can't hit me. That makes her very good for clearing out, like, areas around her. But more than that, her third ability makes clear rooms easy. Well, kind of. Yeah. There we go. So yeah, Arme is very popular for that simple reason that she is, like, really good at just clearing areas, especially a high-level Arme with potions. And then that is an aimed lightning bolt, so that's kind of cool. Oh yeah, that's the thing about the teleport, though, is she's also very good for evasive play because she can actually physically go through enemies. No other character has that ability. Lass is a dagger-wielding ninja. He kind of can, or he has something similar to it. Where if you are attacking it with a combo, he will be enabled to shoot, he can teleport behind the enemy and get an automatic backstab, and then you can continue the attack afterwards. So he's pretty good. I'm doing a very bad job. I do apologize. Arme is not a character I normally use. I don't like her very much. Like, she's not bad, and she's very helpful to a degree. I just don't like her. I don't know why.
The holy light will lead us. This is the end of the line for you.
But then again, I guess each person has their own particular tastes and classes and how gameplay handles and stuff like that. Tired. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna switch again. Showcase another character. Wanna do Liar? Yeah, I do. Then I'll do one more.
Are you ready?
Okay, so Liar is an elf. She is an archer. She also can aim her attacks. She is one of the only characters... she is actually the only character that can do so. This may seem like it's kind of a bad mechanic and it's a little twitchy. Liar is, again, one of the only characters I never use. The reason for that being is I don't like the... Like, I don't know, I don't like the... like how she handles. I mean, she's got good attack, so that's the big thing, I guess. So, the fact, Liar is actually horrifically strong in PvP. Simply put, because Liar can aim her shots, that makes her a terror on the battlefield. She can shoot anywhere on the stages, and hit you from basically anywhere, because she can also fire down.
Big shot!
And then she has a multi-shot, but if you can get under somebody, it does massive damage to them as well. I actually don't remember what her third ability is. Liar is one of few characters, though, that have a double jump, too. So she's very nimble. And as you can see, I got hit there. That's something that... Let's see what her... Oh, that's right. You want to be next to him when you fire that off. I forgot. Grand Chase is mostly about timing, though. Like, the game is hard, but if you memorize the timings for attacks, like, you're not going to get hit for the most part. Like, right there, as you saw, like, I just completely avoided the attack. Oh, I mistimed that. I was hoping I could get under him and fire that off. Ooh. Oh, that was close. And then you want to get next to enemies when you do that, because the arrows come back in and circle around, so you'll nail them pretty bad.
I was going to take it easy, but oh well.
Yorlin, don't sit on your sister. The male cat just sat on his sister and then started attacking her. Don't sit on your sister, asshole. Okay, so that is that, but now I'm going to show you guys a different character. Someone who is a favorite of mine. And this is actually a custom, this is actually like somewhat of a special thing that you're not supposed to normally be able to access here. But I'm going to be using Zero for this. And normally you're supposed to have multiple people, but because I am the only person I know that actually enjoys this game, we are playing it. I'm playing it solo. So here, this is something actually really unique. It's, you get hit and you're blinded, so you can't attack anybody, so you literally just have to flee. And then you can fight the characters. Now, Zero is a very interesting character, and as you can see, he has 5 abilities. That's what I meant about the later characters being kind of weird. Zero, the later characters actually have set abilities that you can use. So like Zero actually does have 5 abilities. It's just he's only level 5, so I don't have access to them. And later characters usually have a gimmick as well, like something that's unique to them that sets them apart. In Zero's case, it's sword change. He can use his sword, which does a lot more damage than his normal stance, or he can use his fists. And the sword does a lot more damage, but it really cuts down on his mobility. But I've also found that Zero hits pretty hard anyways. And then you have a bunch of other characters that are like really unique. Like there's Ryan, who is a druid, but he can shapeshift into a wolf, and the wolf form is like really strong, which I thought was really fun. There's Jin, who is like a monk sort of character who uses chi, and Jin is like one of the hardest hitting characters in the game. I actually don't know what the tiger does. My ass kicked them. Alright, fine.
Bleeding.
Screw all of you. Well, I am probably going to die. That's what's going to happen. That's okay, though. It's kind of my fault for coming in here without healing items, and this is a hard area. They do boost you up to be able to... That's what that does. That drains your energy. But yeah, this is like a village of monsters, so it's kind of fun. But yeah, it's like, that's part of the reason why that was kind of a waste on my part. Wow, that hurt. Okay, that wasn't kind of a waste, that was a major waste on my part, but these characters are... I did that ability because when you cast an ability, you are invincible, so you can actually use it to avoid attacks from bosses and so on. Uh-oh, he explodes. You need to be careful because the tiger riding the pipe can actually explode and shoot heat-seeking rockets that can always hit you. That's not good. So let's show off another of Zero's abilities. Gosh, I love Zero though. Like, it's just Zero is so useful. He does so much damage, but his abilities are just like really wide-hitting. And his skill tree is really varied as well, so like he is another character where you can really customize him to fit your playstyle. That's where I think the later characters of the game shine, is that a lot of them have that customization access. That not a lot of games do. So this is the lady, and so we have to kill her. Get out of there, run! And that's the thing, like, this fight is actually quite bad, like, you have to... I don't know, like, because that's the thing, it's like the game really stresses you to, like, memorize layouts and stuff, and, like, so for new enemies that you don't really have a chance to memorize, it can be pretty hard. Okay, that's... There we go. dead. Really hurting now. And these guys, like, sometimes they're invincible and sometimes they're not. Just glad the boss has been leaving me alone. You also only get 3 revives, I should explain. So you actually, the game does force you to be careful. Like, if you screw up and you constantly get hit, like, the game will punish you heavily. Yay, I won. And so you beat her, and then it tells you, oh, hey, you should run it on hard so you can see what her secret is. And it's like, okay, she looks like she's a human, but clearly she's a demon or some kind of a monster. I may run it on hard mode, but I'll do that afterwards, because I did want to show you guys something else, too, while I'm kidnapping you. And that's practice mode. Practice mode allows you to check out every character that there is and try them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18. There's 19 characters now. Oh my gosh. So her starting class is the Knight, then there is Spearman, then there is Swordmaster, and then there is Savior. Flyer is Archer, Crossbowman, with giant boobs. Arch Ranger, where she uses a huge great bow, which is hilarious, and Nova. Let's get bigger and bigger. There is Magician, Alchemist, Warlock, and Battle Mage. Lass. Oh, Lass is so much fun. Lass is Thief, Assassin, which is horrible, Dark Assassin, which is even worse, and Striker, which is actually pretty good. Most people that I know that played Lass always used his first class because it's so helpful. Ryan, who is a druid, then there is a sentinel, then there is the Viking, there's Vanquisher. Sentinel is amazing and gets access to other abilities. So there's Spell Knight, oh, it's Dragon Knight, okay. Aegis Knight, and then Abyss Knight. Ugh. There's Amy, who I detest. Dancer, Muse, Siren, and Starlet. I really don't like Amy. So then there's Jin, Fighter, Shisha, probably butchered that, Asura, and Rama. And, like, it just does so much damage. Then there's Seacart, who is Gladiator, Warlord, Duelist, and Prime Knight, Evil. There's Runecaster, Gunslinger, Polaris, and Gaius, which I've heard Gaius is really good. But then there's Stygian, Drakar, Leviathan, Duskbringer. There is Wanderer, Seeker, Vanquisher, and Advancer. There is Summoner, Harbinger, Evoker, and Dark Matriarch. And I should explain, Dios, Lay, Rufus, and this guy, they're all demons, basically. But then there's Bounty Hunter, Stalker, Executioner, and Arbiter. Then there is Rin, who is Phoenix, Awakened, Chaotic, and Chosen. Rin is another one where she completely changes. There's Disciple and Mugen, Holy Knight and Saint, Captain and Major, and then he only has one. So as you can see, the characters don't really have a whole lot of variant, and you can tell, like, these are the last 3 characters to be introduced because they don't have any other classes. But, going into that, you can actually completely vary, like, whatever you want to do.
Let's begin. Yeah. Twin blade.
Trying to... I know... Yeah, if you get really close, you can grab somebody and do a throw attack.
Yeah. Resurrection.
Then I think that gives you a resistance to...
I'll show you the power of the druid.
What is it? I know there's a way that he can change his...
Titan axe.
Oh, spacebar. That's right.
Yeah.
And so he takes a wolf form. And the wolf form has Arme's ability where he can teleport. I think normally this actually, once you transform, yeah, it's got a limited time frame. And the wolf form can use, like, abilities as you level up. But the wolf form is just basically a really agile form that you can use, which I do really like that. But what I wanted to show was like, he's not just locked to that form. And this is just kind of to give an example of, like, what the other classes, like, can
Let's
do.
begin.
So as you can see, completely different how that handles. So there's his A ability.
Twin slash.
S ability.
Full impact.
Doing that. Bring her back here. His D ability.
Phantom.
That was a one-shot kill. What makes Ryan so powerful, though, is this ability, though. He now transforms into this form. It's not just that, though. It's this form has an attack where I don't know if they fixed it or not, but one of the attack combos, I think it was just the jump attack, deals massive damage to bosses, and I don't know, like I said, if they changed that or not, but like it's just, it does insane damage to bosses. Let me just show something else really quick. Let's go ahead and show Ronan. Because, like, you saw an example of what Spell Knight was, so let me show you what Abyss Knight, what a final class looks like.
You are at your limit.
And so this is what the final class for Ronan looks like. Now, so he has a pretty quick class, but more than that, it was, did you see that? He actually, I didn't do the timing right, so he has a lot of different combos, and as you saw, he was very quick. Yeah, that was it. So he can gather stuff up and then use it. That's what it is. That's his A. This is his S. And then there's his D ability, which does a lot of good damage against bosses. Wait a minute, that's not right. Yeah, because X isn't swapping it like it's supposed to. Because he does have other, like, specials that are not being... they're not working. Well, anyways, that's just an example of, like, what the end class looks like and how different it is. Well, I do want to show... Ronan is my favorite character by far, as you probably can tell.
Do best.
I just wanted to show, like, his... Yeah, I can't...
Infinity sword. Infinity sword.
Yeah, for some reason,
That's
it's just...
boring.
His stuff will not switch. He can summon a dragon, and it breathes fire.
Sword
Well,
tempest.
anyways, since apparently I can't show you. But yeah, that's Grand Chase. It's a fun little game. It doesn't take too much time to play, and it can be fun if you're doing a LAN party and just want to play something short, sweet, and cute, I guess. There's always events, and personally, I really like that somebody cared enough to bring it back, so I'm going to donate to the server when I can. This has been Sufferno11. Thanks for watching for a game that I really enjoyed, and that I really enjoyed. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode, whenever that will be.